Good day, sir. Today I will make my final oral, which I understood was a conversation. So I'm just gonna talk to you about a general subject for 10 minutes. One of my favorite subject is not the gore, movies. Even if I've made my midterm oral on this, is Titanic. As you know, Titanic was RMS Titanic was a boat that sank in 1912, and I listened this movie first when I was very young, like 4 or 5 years old, and it became a passion. It became my favorite movie of all time. I listened to it 3 or 4 times by per years, and I even got the geographic location of the wreck tattooed in my inner arm with the date at the time of the ship sank. And I don't know why I love this movie so much. Of course, it's a masterpiece, and I love cinema, so I love a well-made movie. But the story in itself just captivates me. And I've shown you my tattoo of Titanic. I'll go on with many more tattoos. Um, I think the more obvious one are the one on my face, and this is quite a nice story because 1 year and a half ago, I wasn't the man I was today. I was way thinner. I weighed 180 pounds, and it's not because I was good in sport or I was looking what I was eating. It was because I was really sick and on drugs and on alcohol, and uh, I don't remember doing this one, the one on my cheek. It's the oblivion, the anger, the love, and it's it represents for me the last 2 years of my drug addiction. The oblivion is the nothing. It's just this feeling I got when I was not in the first time during a trip, during a drug party with my friends. It was after when I was alone at my house and I was just keeping doing drugs and keeping, and there was nobody to cheer me up. There was nobody to talk about. It was just me, myself, and drugs. And the oblivion is like this feeling of what next, and this is a very strong feeling for me. Today I don't have it anymore. I'm very glad because the oblivion is, I think, my worst fear of death of is the oblivion, the nothing, and I think that's because I have a strong faith. Maybe not Christianity faith, because I was raised in that. Gone to church and all. I made my all my commandments, but uh, there's more like a ruling book, and I go outside, inside. I play with the different rules to make my own fate. The fate that even if I don't know what is it, even if I don't know exactly if God is an old guy with a white beard, it's more of a feeling that there is something after. And my neck tattoo is it's what it means. It is a song by Parkway Drive, one of my favorite metal band, and this song is I don't remember the name of the song, of course, because I want to try and remember it, but it tells how the hell do you sleep at night, and it talk about God, it talk about a fate, and uh, I don't quite get why people doesn't believe in God. There's many other reason. My girlfriend doesn't believe in God, and I love her anyway, and she's just like there, so I'm I'm laughing. But uh, for me, not thinking that there is a life after death would be intolerable, and so this is praying hands, one in skeleton for the death and one in flesh for the life. Uh, I'll talk about my mother right now. My mother died 2 years ago, 2 years and a half ago, and I wasn't in good term with her. When she died, en fait, sorry, I spoke in French. Basically, she was in Utrecht in Europe with a class, and she was doing mountain hiking. And I was with my father in his car, and we received a call from my aunt, from my family mother, my mother family, of course. Sorry, and my aunt said to my dad, Marie Andre disappeared, and we lost her in the mountain. And I remember really clearly telling, I don't care if she dies, she can go to hell, I'll spit on her tomb. And I really believed that at the time. But the next morning, I was smoking my marijuana cigarette, and my dad was supposed to go at Quebec for an operation, and I didn't expect him. And when I see him came at like 6 in the morning, I understood without him telling words. I knew that my mother was dead. I knew it, and this knowing is another of my fate base. How the hell can I know it? I was, and when she died, the fact that I wanted the night before spit on her grave and send her to hell became a really strong feeling, and I just shut down. I was back in the day really addict, and I was really alcoholic, and I drank morning to night. And but before after that, I completely lost all the remaining control I had, and I began to take drugs and take drug and take drug just to not feel anything because I didn't knew how to feel. I was still loving my mother. I was still hating her because my mother was not a good mother. In the last years, we didn't spoke at all, and I was sad, of course, because my mother, my mama, the one that raised me, and she was dead. And of course, this collision of feelings just popped my brain out, and I made this tattoo. So drunk, sir, so drunk. It was insulting, and I didn't even remember it. And my tears is for my mother. It's a full tears is for a murder, but an empty tears, just as mine, is for a loss. And I don't remember those. I remember this one though, because when I see in the morning, I woke up and I was, oh man, what the fuck did I? Sorry, what the hell? I'm sorry, I said a wrong word. What the hell did I done last night? And I do it before my mirror, and I just, god damn, what I done. And I remember calling my father, and my father never liked tattoo and piercing, and he never liked it, but he knew he had to understand that he had no control over this, especially when I was on drug. But he always said to me, Antoine, if you have one thing not to do, don't ink your face. And I did it, and so I remember thinking, okay, that's it. I've completely lost my course. I don't know where I'm going. I'm 23 years old. I'm so drunk. I'm so drug addict. I'm so thin. I need to look myself in the mirror and make something. And I decided to go in therapy, and this was the best decision of my life. 21 days of intensive therapy, and since then I didn't consume drug or drank one tears of alcohol ever. And now I am free. Now I am happy, and so I am reconnaissant. I am glad I did this tattoo, because without it I maybe never stopped, and maybe I would be dead tomorrow, and I wouldn't be with my wonderful girlfriend, um, the love of my life, and she's in my bed and she's doing um, some French cancan pose, and that's funny because uh, and she's laughing because I'm talking about her, and she don't like that. She's kind of shy, but this is so goddamn cute. And so we are at 10 minutes. So I'm glad that that's done. And I'll see you next year, and be safe. Bye.